And it is underway as Sullivan wins it back for the Rougarou. Colby Stewart with it now, walking in, looking to put one in early. He does. My goodness, just like that. 9 seconds in, it beats Kerry Williams. And the Rougarou got there first. Richard Benson says, I was, and it was good. He is referring to our previous game, him watching it between the Rougarou and the Marksman. That was another Tier 2, Tier 3 game where the Tier 3 beat the Tier 2. It happens. Good to see. Here's Colby Stewart again. Walking it in. Centers. Did not find its intended target. Fioka sends it ahead. Finds Turner. He'll lob it down on net. Took a weird bounce. Oh my goodness. McAdams lost sight of it. It ended up along the backboards. Now here's Evanek. Walking it in. Holds up. Shot from Gadarian. Pad saved by Williams. He sends it up to the point for Riley Spencer. And back down into the corner. Rolls behind the net. Evanek will pick it up. Goes through Sullivan. Turner back to get it. And up to the point. Nice little wrister taken from Hinton. Evanek set up. And he throws one. And that was under the pad of Williams. Great save. Danny Lodato. Good morning, Chris. All gas, no brakes, brother. Let's go, Roo. All gas, no brakes, man. That feels like what I've been doing. But I hear what you're saying. And that's the whole point. Floor it. Remember what they said. If you're not first, you're last. As the Rougarou take a shot, that was denied. And just laying there for a moment, Benson picked it up. And pressured by Bratton, top of the circle. He walks it forward, tries to get it over to Lodato, just kind of rolls off his stick. Goes back up to the point. Spencer keeps it in. He does get it to Lodato. He sends it across for Evanek, who risks one. And that was blocked by Tellier. Ends up along the boards, back up to the point for Spencer. Back over to Lodato. Centering for Evanek, back down below the goal line. It's crashing the net was Hinton, and his shot just went wide. Mike Tesoro out there for the Diablo, wearing a different number, trying to throw me off my groove. It's all right. That's all right. I have to remember that. He's number 48 today. As that is kept in the zone by Riley Spencer. And back down for Benson. Gets it back to Lodato. Protects it. Up to the point for Spencer. He fakes the shot. Thinks better of the shot. Hinton keeps it in. Sends it back along the boards. Picked up by Evanek. Diablo really hemmed in their own zone here. And Spencer with a shot. Does not get through. Blocked. Lobbed up by Bratton. Gloved down by Spencer. Benson gets it in the corner. Pressured by Tellier. Now Tesoro with it. Sends it up the boards. And moves made. It finally comes out. And now here we got a breakaway. Here's Burge. Behind the net, he throws one, and McAdams hits him in the chest, and he slams the glove down and gets the whistle. And a stop. We'll get a face-off. 7:04 left in period one. Not to be confused with any other period. It is the first. And the Rougarou win it back, lob it up, touch the ceiling. That'll be blown dead. So we'll do it again. Time the Diablo win it. Comes back and out though. Giving chase to Stephen Roberts. Comes behind the net. Cook was pressuring. Comes up. Sullivan gets it. Keeps it in. Walks it forward. And drops it off. And here comes Roulette. Making moves and adjustments. Takes it behind the net, sets it up. Up for Bear, who takes a shot. That ends up behind the net. Now Tuwara sends it up, not out, and Roulette gets it for the Rougarou. Battle sends it across for Bear. Bear sending it down for Brown. Brown tries to center. Sullivan finds it. He risks one, goes wide. Comes back up. Bear with it. Sends it back down for Cook. Cook lobs one. And Diablo will take it. And gets caught up in all the feats. And they eventually do get it out and get some changes as Bear sends it over for Sullivan. Gives it up for Brown. As Fioca loses a stick. Sullivan with it. Gives it back for Brown. Brown over to Stewart, who risks one. That ends up in the near boards here. Diablo get it out. Philip Turner brought right back in. Stewart walking it in, takes a shot, pad save. It lies right, comes up right in the slot. Merker there to send it over to Fioca, though. As Turner gets it deep. Brett Lee back to get it. He sends it hard around the boards. Fioca there to pick it up. She tries to center one. That interrupted by Lodato. And now here comes Colby Stewart. Back for the Rougarou. Gets around Bratton. Walking it in. Sliding play by Bratton. But it's fed right to Guderian. And that is number 2 for the Rougarou. So that is scored by numero 9, Chad Guderian, assisted by number 88, Colby Stewart. You're welcome, stat checker. I do what I can for you. See, not everybody has commentary in their games, so the people that have to watch them for the stats literally have to watch. My stat checkers have it a little easier. Courtesy of yours truly. That's right. That's right. I'm looking forward to my birthday cookies, as we have an icing. We'll bring it back down into the Rougarou's defensive end. Defensive area, zone, whatever you want to call it. Defensive area sounds a little weird. I'll not call it that. As Hinton rims it around the boards, that's going to get picked up by Burge. Across, Stewart chips it ahead. It comes down, and that's another icing against the Rougarou. Diablo getting a change or two. Stewart comes up with it for the Rougarou, gets it to Lodato. And centering for Hinton. And his shot gobbled up by Williams. And that gives us a stop. Another faceoff. 4 minutes and 9 seconds are left in period 1. This is our second of 5 games today. Back for Roulette off the faceoff. He makes some moves. Turns it over in the circle. On the doorstep, Roulette again fakes a shot. And that came to Benson, and his shot deflected up and out of play. That's another whistle, another stop. And another moment of no play. Tellier for Diablo. Tries to center, and we got a wide open net for Benson. He just couldn't clear it. And Sullivan just batted it down with a high stick. That's another whistle. So they will pull the face-off out of the zone. And Diablo will take it off the face-off. And they'll wrist one on net. Adams easily sticks that aside. As Tuora inadvertently passes it straight to Benson on the Rougarou. And he gets stood up in the slot. And Evanick is back for Roulette. And gets it back to Evanick. His pass interrupted. Now Tuora with it for Diablo. Pressured by Sullivan. He just tips it out. As Diablo get a change. Rougarou coming back strong. Evanick brings it back in, drops it off. Benson's wrister goes wide. Hard around the board, Roberts sends it, excuse me. And Sullivan sends it back deep. Bratton gets to it before Evanick. Sends it up to Merker. Merker gets it over to Stephen Roberts, who gets it out of the zone, but Roulette there to take it for the Rougarou. Yoka steps in. He gets around. Now Roulette gets it back by Sullivan. Back to Roulette. Back to Brett Lee at the point. Back over to Sullivan. Walks it in. Wrists one. And right on the doorstep was Evanick. And he buried it. And you didn't see it. My apologies, folks. That happened quick. That's number 3. That is number 3 for the Rougarou. That goal awarded to Alex Evanick, number 8, assisted by number 61, Keith Sullivan. As Rougarou win it back. Sent ahead, Diablo though. Ty Bird specifically doing a good job, taking it away from him. Comes back, sent ahead, goes through to Soro. Comes down for Brett Lee, no icing. Two minutes left in our first period. It's sent all the way down. That will be an icing against Diablo. And back down here. Soro sends it up. Shot taken by Hayden Watts. And that just floats right by McAdams. And Diablo are on the board. With a minute and 51 seconds left in the first period.
Hey, put that on the way in. We got the tip on the way in. Okay. Hey, look at baseball.
91-22 and Hayden got the ball.
-1 to 3.
Wait, who was it? What? Okay, I don't know. Ref got confused telling it to the scoreboard, so we're gonna have to figure that out. Later on, folks. Pretty sure I saw, or I said what I saw, and oh my God, a good stop by Williams. Just laid there. And that was cleared out by Watts. Now Hinton gets to it for the Rougarou. Sends it ahead, not out of the zone. Slap shot taken by Tyler Fence. And now Bear takes it behind the net. He'll walk with it. Sent ahead for Lodato, over to Cook, back to Lodato, back to Cook. He collects it on the boards, gets pressured. And Lodato wrists one as Williams took exception to the stick falling. And sent back up for Roulette. Back over for Lodato. Top of the circle, gives it to A-Bear at the top of the slot. Takes a shot, went wide. And Roulette, walking it in. Wrist one from the blue line. I think that went off the backboards and then stick to side by Williams. Comes up, A-Bear. Protects it well, follows it in the corner. Gets it over, oh my gosh, all alone walking in with Scott Brown. And he just lost the handle on it. Bratton gets to it in the corner. Pressured by Cook, it's rimmed around. Picked up by A-Bear. And right in the slot, a wrister from Brown is a number 4 for the Rougarou as that goes past Williams. Just like that, they answer back. Scott Brown, number 12, with the goal, assisted by Drew A-Bear, number 3. We used to call him Herbert, or Hebert. He doesn't go by that anymore. In fact, he finds it quite offensive. So, we stopped and apologized. Begged forgiveness, eventually got it, and then moved on with our lives. There we go. That's a quick history. That's the Rougarou win it forward. And Fioca tips it back in. Spencer keeps it away. Finds Roulette. He's got space. Makes. And our period number 2 has begun. As the Rougarou have it off the face-off, Sullivan gets it over to Guderian. Guderian losing it to Fioca for a moment, takes it right back. Sullivan gets it, centers one for Kobe Stewart, goes through him though, ends up in the far corner. Gives it back to Sullivan behind the goal line. He'll walk it behind the net. Pressured by Bratton. He's got space now. Tellier centers. Bratton lobs it up. Spencer gloves it down. Fioca gets her stick in the way of his shot. Doesn't get all of it. And Bratton and Stewart have a little bit of a moment. And they'll talk it off as they're walking back. And we'll see how this shakes out officially. All right, so we have coincidental minors. There's a roughing call against number 88, Kobe Stewart, on the Rougarou, and number 18, Tori Bratton, on Diablo. Still 5-on-5, as it's a washout. As the Rougarou win it back, Riley Spencer with a shot, deflected up in the air, batted out of the air. And then Roulette gets it for the Rougarou. And poked off his stick by Turner. He'll bring it in, makes a move, and poked off of his stick by Roulette. And now Roulette brings it out for the Rougarou. Walks it in, gets around the Diablos players. Over to Evanek, who wrists one. And that gets past Williams, and that's number 5 for the Rougarou. With 9 minutes left in period number 2. All right, so that was scored by number 8, Alex Evanek, assisted by number 9, Chad Guderian. Their score now 5-1. As the Diablo in the face-off that time. Coming back. Stephen Roberts sends it up. And Brett Lee had it. His pass intercepted by Ty Burge. And behind the net, Tesoro slaps it out of the air. That goes behind the net. And Tesoro and Hinton, I believe, battle over it. Diablo come up with it. Locking it out. Wrist shot taken by Hayden Watts. Goes wide off the backboard. Tesoro sends it up to the point. However, Hayden Watts just moved. Benson, and the ball just rolled off his stick as he was about to take the shot. And here comes Watts, sends it over for Tuara, who gained the zone. Sent it back over to Tesoro, walking in, bottom of the circle, wide open net. Watts couldn't corral it, and a sliding play by Benson prevents the shot from making it anywhere near the net. Now Lodato, very unfortunate for Diablo. Evanek behind the play, walking forward, gets around, takes a move, while the patience, good stick by Williams. Keeps Evanek from burying one. Pinned along the boards, Cook back in to get it now for the Rougarou off the side of the net. Batted out by Williams. Now Tuara. Get to it, looking for a pass. Doesn't find one, so plays it off the boards. Picked up by Roulette. And sends it ahead for Benson, I believe. And that finds the stick of Stephen Roberts, and then just lob down for an icing. 7:05 left in period number 2. Penalties have ended. Coincidental minors. No power plays on any of that. The penalties are over. Bratton and Stewart back on their respective benches. As Diablo win the face-off. Now take it behind their net, and all the pressure from the Rougarou. Coming at him, Rougarou take it away. It bounces up, and Williams will glove that. Okay, thank you very much. Let's take another breather. And Diablo will win that face-off too. Fioca tried to send it up. Cook got a stick in the way. And pass to Sullivan. Sends it up to Roulette. Pressured by Merker. Back to Hebert. He thinks better of the shot. Makes a move. Plays it to the boards. Cook tries to send it across. It's bounced up. And it does come out as it squirts past Roulette. Fioca will pressure. And pass sent ahead. Finds Brown, and no, we got a collision along the boards. Play goes on. Roulette gets it over to Sullivan. Back off the boards to Roulette. Back up to Sullivan. No walk and wrist one. That does not get through. Cook gets it though, turns and shoots. It goes behind the net. And Hebert now down at the bottom of the circle had it. Sullivan now walks it forward and shoots one, and that beats Williams. That's number 6 for the Rougarou. Applying constant pressure is their prerogative.
6-1 on the goal, assisted by number 3. Number 3 on the assist, 61 on the goal.
So Drew Hebert with the assist on the goal from Keith Sullivan. That is number 3, Hebert, 61, Keith Sullivan. .603 left. Diablo win it. Comes back. Stephen Roberts sends it up the boards. Hebert's got it for the Rougarou. Off the boards to Soro now. As the slap shot interrupted by Riley Stewart. Did not even occur. And Stewart with it now. As we have an errant call from the ref.
You already did.
And off the face-off. Goes back into the Rougarou's end. Zone. Whatever. As Tesoro wristed down. Hinton there to get it. Sends it up the boards. Finds Gadarian. Gets it over to Lodato. Back to Gadarian. And then brought in. Gadarian drops it back by Lodato all alone. His centering pass Does not get through, but it falls right back to Guderian, who throws it at the net and beats Williams. That is number 7 for the Rougarou. Get the official call on that one here in just a moment. I think I know what I'm going to say anyway, but you know. Other way. It was 9 from 21. Just saying. All right. Guderian with the goal, Dotto with the assist. If I'm wrong, stat checkers, you'll find it. I'm pretty sure that's what I saw, and that's what I said. As Rougarou win the face-off, comes down to Hinton. He sends it ahead for Guderian. Guderian gains the zone, sends it over for Lodato. Lodato wrists one towards the net, and Colby Stewart there trying to poke it. Does not succeed. It ends up in the far corner. And lobbed up. Roulette sends it hard over to Stewart. Stewart and Bratton. Send up. Guderian tries to send it across. It gets interrupted by all the sticks. Tuara eventually comes up with it. And sends it down. Will that be an icing? Yes, it will. So we'll bring the face-off right back down here. 4:36. Caleb, you can run the clock.
Actually, third period, right on the third. One on the third period, I believe.
Is it only on the third? I thought it was at any point.
It is? One time.
All right.
It's one time. You got it.
So 6-goal differential, folks. Clock keeps running. As there was some confusion about that. But that has been cleared up as the clock is now running. And Benson off the face-off. Wrist one. Stick side. And Bratton sends it hard around. And that'll get picked up by the Rougarou. Up to the point for Roulette. Roulette wrist one. Top of the slot was Evanek. Off his stick. Goes into the near boards. He'll walk it up. And sends it over for Roulette. And pops up into the ceiling, and that's a whistle, but not a stoppage. Aha! Stoppage in play, but not in clock. You don't want the stoppage in clock in a 6-goal differential. Them's the rules, folks. I don't make them, but I don't enforce them either. I just speak them. That's all I do. I'm like that useless position, Speaker of the House or something. I'm joking. I kid. No political mumbo jumbo garbage, whatever. These things. As Sullivan now drops it off for Benson. Benson, pressured by Fioca, still finds a way to make the moves. Merker sends it up. Roulette's going to get to it. Sends it back for Brett Lee, who sends it across for Evanek. Back to Brett Lee, who got wide open, walks it in, takes the shot. And that curved. And that goes over into the far corner. Sullivan will get to it. Throws it behind the net. Benson back to Sullivan. Sends it up. Finds Evanek. Evanek sends it over to Roulette. He gets around Fioca. And he wrists one, goes wide. Sullivan picks it up. Takes it behind. Turns around. Throws it up. Roulette. Over to Evanek. Fioca up to challenge. He makes the moves. Merker there to help. Backs off. Can't get it around the legs. And Merker with it now. Diablo gains the zone and then loses it and gets some changes. But pressuring is Philip Turner. On the forecheck. Stretch pass all the way ahead. Finds Benson and Evanek. And pass across, backhand attempt by Hebert, goes behind the net and popped over into the corner. And Hinton keeps it away from Tesoro. Now Hebert, simple stick handling, gets it over to Evanek. Back to Hebert, right at the top of the slot. He wrists one, goes wide. And behind the net, Evanek making the moves. Walking it forward. Tries to send it across, does not succeed. Merker with it now. And he'll dump it in. Diablo gets some changes. As Hinton sets up behind his net. 1 minute and 5 seconds left in our second period. as the Rougarou ice it. And we'll bring it right back down here.
Why is time going? Why is time going? Okay, my bad.
And off the face-off, Diablo with a shot off the stick of Tyler Fensk and straight into the glove of McAdams. 30 seconds left in the period. Rougarou will get a change. Sullivan comes off, Lodato comes on. And Diablo win it back. Shot taken from Tellier. I do believe that was deflected. Hinton will take it behind the net, rim it around the boards. Tesoro finds it. And then Hinton steps in, takes it away, and keeps on running. Sends it down. That gets picked up by Bratton. And period number 3 has begun. So look at that. And Hebert sends it ahead for Lodato. Gets that over to Brown. Back to Lodato. Back to Brown. His stick. Tellier got it in the way. Cook gets it back to Brown, though. All the pass and sharp angle from Lodato does not find its intended target as Bratton sends it for Tesoro, who throws it across the rink out of the zone. And Brown back to get it. He'll send it in. And that'll get picked up by Tellier. Tellier will send it up for Tesoro. Tesoro passes it right to Lodato. And he turns and takes a couple whacks and finally buries one. And that's number 8 for the Rougarou. So no assist on that. Mercy goal. Within 1. Rougarou scored 1 more. That'll be the end of the game. As they win the face-off, it comes all the way back, goes through the defense. Riley Spencer back to get it. As Tyler Fensk pressures, sent hard around. And gets picked up by Brown. He sends it back for Hebert. Hebert sends it up to Lodato. Lodato back to Brown, goes through him. Chased down, and that will be an icing. Currently 8:20 left in the third period. Diablo win the face-off. Spencer's going to take it. Chips it ahead. Out of the zone it goes. It'll be chased down by Stephen Roberts. Send up to Warren now. Sending it ahead. Chris Roberts has it. Gains the zone. And wristed one towards the net was Tyler Fensk. That gets picked up off the boards by Tuara as Hebert pressures. Centering pass cleared out by Spencer. And then kept in for a moment as it comes to Lodato. And then Colby Stewart back to Lodato. Lodato over to Cook, who takes a shot. I'm pretty sure Williams got a piece of that. Stewart will pick it up in the corner. And sends it behind the net for Lodato, looking to wrap it around. Gives it to Cook, and that's the game.